Hello and welcome to this video. So, to achieve success, the very important, the most basic, the first step that you need to take, but very rarely spoken to in these shortcuts to success workshops or 2 day to achieve this or 3 days to achieve this success kind of success workshops, is something called getting over all your blames and guilt and your pain body, basically getting over your pain body and taking 100% responsible, just as Jack Canfield says, taking 100% responsibility for your life. So what does you might have heard me speaking in other videos about the inner critic, about the self critic that we have. So what does, okay, to achieve success, the only to achieve success, very the to achieve success, all that you need to do is take action. Only when you take action do you have a reward, do you have a result, do you have an outcome, right? If you just plainly sit there and see and just keep waiting for success to come to you, it doesn't happen overnight. You have to take action, and for you to take action, there is your self critic that is kind of stopping you. So this part I think I've covered in some other videos of mine. Now, what is your self critic made up of? Your self critic is made up of your pain body, the kind of thoughts and the kind of mental picture, the kind of imagery that you have in your mind, as well as a very important aspect, that is a wounded inner child. So unless we actually heal our wounded inner child, we all have an inner child, whatever age we are in, we all have a small 6-year-old, small 7-year-old within us. And yes, it has gaps. Just accept the fact that there are gaps in your inner child. Again, not about blaming or labeling or shaming anybody around you, the adults around you, or anybody of that, anything of that sort, but accepting the fact, acknowledging the fact, and taking 100 responsibility upon yourself to heal your inner child is the beginning step to first realize who you truly are, to realize what your true potential is. Unless we don't heal our inner child, we still remain in that kind of blame zone, we kind of remain in that complaining zone, that guilt zone. Maybe I'm this because that happened to me, because someone did this to me, because that thing happened to me, something like that. And there are various things that the wounded inner child actually does to us. So how many of you, if you are a parent, how many of you recall such incidents like maybe there is a negative experience from your child, between you and your child, and you have reacted negatively, say a yell or a shout or some irritation or something like that, and just after having done that, you just get in a flash of a moment, you just recall an incident from your childhood and think to yourself that, oh my god, this is just the way my mother has reacted to me, this was just the way my father has reacted to me. Do you agree to this? Just type out agree in the chat box, in the comment section, if you agree to this. This happens, this is very common. Yes, we all do that. We all kind of imbibe, or children are absorbing everything that's happening from around them, that is from the environment surrounding them. So the same thing has happened to us, and we are just acting out based on the pain that we are carrying. We are not responding mindfully to whatever has happened, to what the child has done. And even if you are not a parent, it is your responsibility to heal your inner child, to truly understand from where your behavior is actually stemming from. Is it stemming from the true self, who you truly are, or is it stemming from the pain body, from the wounded inner child that you've been carrying all these years? So it's very important for anybody to heal your inner child, to heal one's inner child. And if you are a parent, it is your dual responsibility for you to heal your inner child, because you don't want to pass on the same kind of pain body to your child, right? You don't want to pass on the same limiting thoughts to your child. You don't want to pass on the same false beliefs to your child. I mean, if it happens, and there's no much difference in the way the other average person lives and the way you live. So if you want to have an extraordinary life, if you want to make your child extraordinary, there are no tips or tricks or techniques in parenting. Let me make this clear. Be it parenting or be it success in your life as an individual, you have to first heal yourself from your inner child wounds, from your past hurts, and then it will automatically reflect on how you are parenting your child. You are no more passing on that pain body. And now, as an individual, you will realize who you are truly, why you are truly here for, and what you are truly made for. And there are various other things that kind of get uncovered from that closed bundle, which was closed by the pain body, by the cocoon that you have created with this pain body, and all the guilt, the blame, the complaining, the limiting thoughts, and the false beliefs, and everything of that sort. So, what does a wounded inner child do to any individual? Again, yes, if it's a parent, as I told you, it's a dual responsibility. But even if you are not a parent, wounded inner child still lives in each person, within each of us. So, there is some behavior. Say, for example, I'll just give you some examples. Maybe there is, maybe some people, some adults, they find they have a difficulty in taking decisions, not some kind of big decisions about buying home, or taking mortgage, or taking a loan, or deciding about which college, which curriculum, and all of that sort, but some everyday decisions, some day-to-day decisions, something like, should I buy this vegetable, should I buy this say grocery item, shall I buy this maybe for the home. I'm not talking about big things for home, but I'm talking about trivial things, the trivial things. So some adults find it very difficult to even decide upon what do they want it or not. So they have so much difficulty in actually saying out their yes or no, because as children, their yes was not valued, their opinion was not valued, their no was not valued. And it happened so much that, obviously we don't allow, okay, it may not be common in every family, but you might have understood the situation now. So usually whatever children want to do, or they have a say, it's not usually respected. Maybe the child wants to play a little more, but if you don't come in, then that stranger will take you away, that's all. So somehow there is a bribe, there is a threat, whatever it is, we do, in general, parents do all that it takes to make the child do what the parent wants the child to do. So in this process, what happens is the child loses his ability to say yes or no according to what he truly wants to do. He's just doing because other people are asking him to do, not because he truly wanted to have, not because he truly had an opinion about it, not because he truly had a yes in his mind or a no in his mind. So that's a very important factor. And then, be it, you might be an adult who is watching this video, you could be a parent, or you may not be a parent, but whatever it is, just imbibe all these principles that you are learning from this video. See where you are standing as an individual, and also see how you are doing. Are you playing the same way, the same kind of blame game in your role as a mother or as a father? Let me give you another example. So something like, say there is a salesperson, and again he's knocked on your door, he's selling something, and sometimes it so happens that the adult is, I'm not talking about one or two times that it happens to anybody in anybody's life. I'm talking about recurring incidents so much that it has become imbibed in one's personality. It is a part of the personality. So just see where you are now. It's not about generalizing, obviously. Nothing can be generalized, no principles can be generalized, everything is unique. But you can analyze for yourself what kind of personality you have. Did you imbibe that kind of trait within your personality, or are you really standing out from the crowd? So let me get into the second example. The second example is, maybe there's a salesperson knocking on the door, and he's trying to sell something. You know you don't need it. You are sure that you don't need it, but somehow you kind of fall for his words and ultimately say yes. Again, this kind of personality trait stems from the wounded inner child. As children are taught to be adult pleasing. Do something that the teacher is pleased with. Do all that looking at which the mother is proud about it, the father is proud about it, the mother is happy about it. You do this so that the grandmother will feel happy about it. You achieve this so that the father will feel happy about it. So in a way, the child as the child is growing up, the child becomes or learns that this is the way to live. I have to be people pleasing. So this kind of people pleasing mentality sets in, even starting from childhood. Until the child, some point of time, maybe 30 years or 40 years or 50 years, a child himself realizes or herself realizes that this is not the way I wanted to live. From where did I become this sort? All that later, all that we'll keep it for another video. So this is another kind of personality trait that gets imbibed within an adult's personality. That's actually the root is actually in the wounded inner child. This is another kind of another something that has happened to the some wounds that have happened to the inner child, and we are just acting out based on the wounded inner child. And some other things that the wounded inner child does is trust issues. So if the child wasn't valued, if the child wasn't trusted, the child's the child wasn't didn't feel this trust in family, say in a particular family member or something like that, even then the child grows up to become an adult having trust issues with the friends, with spouse, with people around. Many things could happen. Let me give you some examples. Again, you need not go through extreme traumatic childhood to actually realize all these. Very simple statements, like I've already given you some examples of statements that parents use. Let me give you another example of another statement. So some statement like if you maybe 1 year old, 1.5 year old, if you continue to pick the stones, I will leave you here and I'll go home. That's all. How will the child trust you if you are using such dialogues, if you are using such statements, right? Or if you don't sleep right now, when I switch off the light and you don't sleep right now, then I'm going to leave you here and I'll just go back. I'll just go to another place. Or maybe that's a little funny, but yeah, all these kind of statements that we use. Say if you say a 1 year old, he's exploring his world. He started, say he's just walking, he learned to walk, and he's picking up stones from the road in his evening walk. If you continue to pick such stones, that security man will come and take you away, and I will not take you back at all. You see, all these lead to trust issues. This child, as the child is growing up and the child hits puberty, that is when the child starts to identify himself or herself as an individual, as a separate individual, and the child is forming his own impressions of himself, herself, and the world. And that is when the child creates a secret zone. And the child, you might have seen in your life or in your friend's life, very rarely do parents come into the secret zone. Do you agree with me? And for some children, maybe for some teens in their teenage years, usually when this happens, maybe they allow 1 or 2 friends to come into the secret zone. But some people, they don't even allow even one outsider to enter that secret zone, because they just don't know how the trust factor works. Like, they just don't trust anybody. Maybe they go around with people, they have a cool group of friends, they hang around, they go for lunch, they share a laugh, they share a coffee. But coming to the secret zone, that person is just not ready to reveal anything about him or her. It's not about fearing again, but it's just about that thing called trust has just been deleted from his mind or from her mind. So that's how it operates. All that we've been through in childhood is reflected in how our personality is as an adult. For you to take the shape of your true self, for who you truly are, what you are truly here for, you have to let go of your past hurts. You have to heal your inner child. So this is the reason even in my coaching program, the Craft Your Life, I have a very important section, or I have a very important course, an entire course dedicated for inner healing, out of which healing inner child has more modules to it. So healing one's inner child is very important, because it's like I think you have been carrying that kind of pain body since more than 2 decades or 3 decades, right? You can just see what your age is and what kind of belief system you've been just carrying along with you, which is actually not serving you, but you are living by those beliefs, and whatever belief you live by, you are making a reality of it, right? Whatever belief you have in your mind, you are creating a reality that is becoming your life. So for you to change your life, for you to craft your life, you have to craft a mental imagery of how you want to live in your mind. For that, you have to change your belief system. If you have a strong false belief, very strong negative belief, that belief will not allow you to create this mental picture in your mind. That belief will not allow you to take the next action step to create that the desired outcome, whatever the desired outcome is in your case. So understand this fact. Just realize how important healing your inner child is, and start working towards it. Do something so that you are out of it. There's no more complaining, blaming, and this kind of blame game, guilt, shame, resentment. You don't carry any of those, and that is when you have all the energy that you've got with you to spend on tasks that take you closer to your goals, right? That is how we should be actually utilizing our energy. So that's for this video. Type down what did you learn from this video. Type it down in the comment section below, and don't forget to subscribe, do all that usual stuff that people say to on my channel. So thank you. Bye bye.